Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of The Brett Martin Show. We have a fantastic lineup for you today with stand-up comedy from Peter Grant. We'll learn a few things, and of course, we have Jake Reed and the world's finest one-man talk show band. But first, please welcome your host, Brett Martin. Yeah! Yes, Brett.
Yeah. Out of breath. What's going on? How you doing?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
Woo, sweating. Not bad. Jake, how are you?
Doing fantastic.
You're looking good. Doing good. How's it going? I haven't seen you since the last time we did this.
Things are going fine. Just ticking along, cruising, some would say, getting ready, living the high life.
Going the speed limit, no faster.
Fuck that, man. You never go faster than the speed limit.
If you go slower, you might actually impede traffic, though.
You may impede traffic, but you're not going to impede lives.
Yeah, 5 billion people, Sam. Whatever. Everything's well with you?
Yeah.
Did you do anything interesting since the last show?
No.
Did you do anything?
There was not really. No.
Cool, man. That's great.
No. I went to Wreck Beach. They expect you to take your clothes off too?
They don't really. It's only some old fucks who expect you to take your clothes off. Everyone else there is fine, but it's these old assholes who think that they rule the public beach. They say you should take your fucking clothes off. And when I go down there, and I'll be honest with you, I'm wearing a pair of trunks, I'm wearing a shirt, I got my camera around my neck, and they're always like, oh, take your pants off. And I'm like, who do you think you are, my uncle? And they're like, yes. And then, we have Thanksgiving dinner.
Huh. Yeah, all right. Wreck Beach is also what you call your uncle's house. I'm glad you have pants on now. Have you ever been to a nude beach?
Well, I've been to Wreck Beach.
Yeah, it's it's weird. First of all, I thought they're not as classy as I thought they'd be. I thought you show up, you got put on a blanket, have some wine. No, it's just a bunch of old testicles everywhere.
Wearing a fucking bow tie
on my cock, but yeah.
There you go.
No, yeah, this is not classy at all. It's just a bunch of people on mushrooms and balls everywhere. So, anyways, I'm gonna go back tomorrow if you guys want to come. I'll be coming. Speaking of coming. We got some jokes coming up.
We got a great show, though, too.
Damn good show.
Damn right.
We got that Peter Grant guy.
Yeah,
very funny
very
man.
Australian.
Is that where he's from?
I've known him for a while. I'm pretty happy to say he's not from here.
We'll find out when we talk to him. We got we got special correspondence. We got we're gonna learn, and we're gonna do more right now.
Jokes. I can't wait. I love jokes.
North Korea has announced a ban on skinny jeans and mullets.
Nice.
Pretty big deal. International observers suggest the announcement is proof that maybe it's not so bad there after all.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of going.
I've already been there.
Have you been to North Korea?
In my mind.
Oh, it's been a lot of places in my mind. I've been to many men's change room in my mind. He hasn't been there in his mind. He's been there physically. A North Carolina State University study has found that dead trees pass gas into the atmosphere to such an extent that it's contributing to climate change.
Oh, wow. That's significant.
Anyways, the study is being hailed as a landmark achievement in the lengths people go to deny having farted. I just usually blame you. Oh, you queef. That's right. I'm sorry. Speaking of this is a story and a half. Have you ever been in an airplane, Sam?
I like it, man. It's kind of fun to be up there and you're in the clouds and you think, this is what it's like to be dead.
You think you're going to heaven? I don't know if this happened to you on your flight, but an Air India plane was forced to make an emergency landing after a bat was spotted flying around in the business class section.
A bat on an Air India flight?
Not Batman, just a bat.
Okay, yeah.
So what happened? But the airline, though, they apologized, but they noted they had no choice as the bat had only purchased an economy class ticket. Cheap, these bats. Cheap.
They're very cheap, very cheap.
We got a great show tonight. You guys ready to have some fun?
Absolutely.
Let's have some fun! Sam, good to see you again.
You too, Brett.
Those were some.
They were jokes.
Yeah, they were jokes. They were. You know what? They were. They were written out. So how's it been since I've seen you last?
No, everything's fine, Brett. What about you? How you doing?
I'm not bad. I had a birthday.
Yeah.
Turned 24.
Again.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's been 20 years in a row. That's great, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a record for number of 24th birthdays.
So it's summer, my favorite time of the year. When's your birthday? And your birthday is it's during the year, right?
It was a couple months ago, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember at all.
No, I know.
So spring.
Yeah.
Is spring your favorite time of year?
I love all times of the year.
What kind of lame answer is that?
I know, right? I love it when it rains. I love it when it's warm out and cloudy. I don't like the sun. I like sunshine.
And you like suns.
I like I like getting vitamin D, but I prefer to get it from a tanning bed.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a Thai guy named Tan.
Yeah.
You don't like the sun, really?
I don't like the sun at all. It makes me squint. I hate it.
So summer's not your time of year?
No.
Well, I love it. It's my favorite time of year.
Wow.
More so now that I know it tortures you. And one of my favorite summer things happen is always Canada Day.
Oh, yes, that's right. Our great country of Canada.
It's where we live. There's always great celebrations. There's the fireworks that they're not doing because of the. Have you heard about the pandemic?
I don't know.
It's
There are fireworks every time I call my mom.
Do you guys have like a spark or something?
A little bit.
It's the weirdest thing that you've said, and that says something. But something about Canada. It's always a time to celebrate this great country.
You got some facts.
We live in. Duh. I've always got facts. And I thought, what better way to celebrate the holiday than to learn about Canada?
I love learning.
Are you ready to learn about Canada?
I'm ready to learn. Educate me. You know I got a high IQ, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, you got, I think, 4 out of 13 on the IQ test. I can't believe you got the Kimmy Gibbler one wrong. That was the one that shocked me.
Who?
See? I thought you went to university, Sam. Yukon. We got a fact on every province territory. Yukon.
Okay, Yukon.
Yeah, is home to Signpost Forest.
Signpost Forest.
I couldn't read my own handwriting there for a second. Signpost Forest.
Okay.
It's a forest made entirely of over 100,000 signs collected from visitors over the years, the majority of which say, "Why the hell are you here?"
Were one of the signs from the Yukon Ho?
Yukon Ho, not a lot of people know this, named in honor from the Yukon Gold Rush.
Yeah.
The first millionaire prostitute, Yukon Ho.
And she wrote a sign that said, "Get out of my mine shaft." Yeah.
Northwest Territories. Have you ever been to?
I've never been to our great territories.
This is the best one. The other two, terrible places to be, but this one's great. I don't know if you know this. 65% of the Northwest Territories sits in unceded Santa Claus land.
Wow, I thought it was on unceded Inuit land, but you learn something.
Yeah, no, Santa.
Yeah.
That's Santa's domain.
Huh. Okay.
We just took it. Here's another one. None of it. It exists.
It does.
That's I had to really Google for that one.
I remember when Nunavut was created.
The term's hatched, but was that you just remember?
It exists. Yeah. That's what I remember.
Newfoundland. Have you ever been to Newfoundland?
I've never been to the great provinces of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Have you been anywhere other than BC?
Not east of Burnaby.
It's a big world out there. Newfoundland,
yes.
great place. Not a lot of people know this, but the language that they speak there.
It's not too long ago that they opened here. You know what I mean? I suppose business is business. I suppose like everything else, right? Other than that, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Is English.
Oh man, I was waiting for the truth.
Yeah. No.
You gotta lie to me.
Oh my God! Hold.
Yeah.
What did you just say? They're like, I said, welcome to Denny's. Would you like some pancakes?
They're a very nice people.
Very, very nice people.
Yeah,
also very nice is Nova Scotians. I would say Nova Scotians actually, Newfoundlanders kind of creepy nice. They're like I've been there, and they literally invite you into their house after knowing them for 5 minutes. Like, this is a bit
I don't
forward.
like that. Do you have to take your shoes off?
No, that's the thing. You don't even have to. It makes you comfortable. Yeah, you go have sex with my wife. Doesn't matter.
Oh.
And like, she's dead. Doesn't matter. Just go have sex with her.
Well, they are fishermen, right?
But Nova Scotia, they're very, very friendly people as well. They're just, I think it's because it's such a horrible place to live that they all just bond together.
Our maritime provinces.
The other two, not so good, but Nova Scotia and Newfoundland.
Home of Halifax.
So you do have a pretty high IQ.
I do.
That's Nova Scotia. Here's another fact about Nova Scotia. 1 in 5 Nova Scotians have measurable amounts of lobster DNA.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know why.
These are facts. They're not meant to be funny.
No,
They're just facts.
Prince Edward Island, Sam, well, no, it's east of Burnaby. Not a lot of people know this, was at one point connected to mainland Canada until being set adrift for being too boring.
PEI.
Yeah, that's not how you spell pie, by the way. Learning that the hard way.
I do.
Also, Anna Green Gables, you know what? She became addicted to crack and died.
Wow.
And a lot of people know that. New Brunswick, here's my buddy Shane knocked up a chick from there.
What was her name?
New Brunswick? I don't know. We just called her New Brunswick. I don't know.
You just called her Brunny?
Quebec.
This is
Ever been to
touchy.
Quebec?
Yeah, I have multiple times been to Quebec.
Yeah, I used to live there. It was
Interesting place, hey?
Yeah, it's you can buy beer in corner stores there.
I believe they're called
Depanners.
Ugh. Yeah, I've only been to Montreal, so.
Yeah. Well, that's where else you can go to Trois Rivières. You know what that is translated to in English?
What?
I don't. I was asking you. I have no idea.
No.
But Quebec, here's a fact for you. Amongst its many laws to preserve and maintain French language and culture, all dogs in the province must be named Jacques.
Jacques. A woof woof. A woof woof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacques, come here. You go to a dog park, it's mayhem. It's Jacques this, Jacques that.
Yeah.
But you know, you walk home, you get a dog named Jacques when you come home.
Tabernacle.
Be a great name for a pub there.
That would be.
Ontario. Ever been to Ontario?
I've been to Ontario a few times, yeah.
Yeah. You ever heard about the pandemic?
Not really.
Ontario is I don't know if you know this. If you remove the population of Toronto, Ontario would have way less assholes.
Yeah, because there's so many people in Toronto that by, remove one, that's one less asshole. And yeah, I like it.
The city magnetizes assholes for some reason.
This is an anatomy fact, right?
No. Oh, no. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's also true.
Yeah.
No, I mean, because there's a vibe in Toronto where they think they're like Canada's New York. It's like, no, you're Canada's Hamilton.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, that was a dig. I used to live there. I can say that. Another place I used to live, Manitoba, from there.
Winnipeg Central.
Are you from Manitoba?
I'm from British Columbia.
Have you been to Manitoba?
I've been to Winnipeg, yes.
Great place.
It is.
A lot of people know this. Winnie the Pooh is based on a bear cub adopted and brought to London by a soldier from Manitoba during World War I.
Oh.
Winnie is short for Winnipeg, while the Pooh is from how shitty it is there.
Yeah. It's weird. Well, the only time I went to Winnipeg, I met someone whose nickname was Winnie the Pooh.
Was it Winnie the Pooh?
No, his name was actually Willie, and he just shat himself, but he talks about it.
Willie, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's a good time.
He's my accountant.
So great. Go Jets, by the way.
Jets.
We're going to win the cup.
The Sharks. Go Sharks.
The fuck? They're not even in the playoffs. Or are you just cheering for Sharks, the animal? Saskatchewan is, I don't know if you've ever been there. Have you?
No.
A lot of, you know what they say about Saskatchewan? Not much.
Yeah.
But in 1959, Saskatchewan stopped changing the clocks twice a year in favor of settling on year-round standard time. Coincidentally, it's the same year that rural Saskatchewan stopped changing calendars.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, a lot of people from the 50s there still.
Yeah. They got like, the color TVs almost there. They're going to get one of these days.
Nothing else of color is there. You're right.
Not any of it.
Yeah.
That's Alberta. Jake, you're from Alberta, right? Yep. Yeah. Do you know that? Because that's where we met. I spent some time in Alberta, quite a while there. And I don't know. This is it's a strange fact, but in Alberta, it is illegal not to marry your cousin.
Oh man, I gotta move to Alberta.
I'm surprised you're still here at this moment. But you don't want to get tied down to one cousin. That's the problem, right?
I don't need.
How do you pick your favorite ones? Like whichever one doesn't have a peace bond against me. Finally, our beloved home province now of BC. Have you ever been
British
to BC?
Columbia.
That's actually what it's.
I'm a smart man.
You've been to BC, right?
I have.
18 of Canada's 50 highest mountain peaks are in BC, as well as 100 of Canada's highest 100 people.
That makes sense.
That's some facts about Canada. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I like it. I learned a lot there, Brett.
We all did.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, after that, if you are watching the show and you don't have citizenship, you do. Just from that right there. We have a great show tonight. We do. Very funny. Do you want to see him right now?
I'd love to.
This guy didn't get any more Canadian than this. Please welcome the very funny Peter Grant.
Peter Grant.
Yeah, g'day guys, how you going? Fucking yeah, all right, yeah. It's good. It's good to be back on stage. It's been 6 months and I haven't been on stage, so it's good. You guys can probably tell from my accent that I'm an alcoholic. Yeah. No, the venue's not even serving beer, so I went across the road to the liquor store and grabbed one, you know? So that's how my life is right now. No, it's good. It is good. I've been quarantining and doing all that kind of COVID safety shit for the last 16 months like you all have. That's why I'm wearing black. It's a lot more slimming. It's making me feel good about myself. Thank you all for joining in and having a listen to my bullshit, huh? Yeah. We'll get into it. I've been fortunate enough to live with my girlfriend this entire time that we've been locked down. It's great. We fall more and more in love with each other every day. She's the apple to my eye. You know, it's fucking Vancouver. It's half the price of rent. I don't give a shit. I'm spending so much money on beer right now. I'm living the best life, right? It's good, but like, you know, sleeping in the same bed as someone for 18 months straight, you fuck. Like that's what we do. That's what we do every night. 18 months straight. What else are we gonna do? Huh? What else are we gonna do? Right? And we've had the odd pregnancy scare. We've had a couple. It's been fun. Like you guys can already tell I'm not suited to be a dad. Like I shouldn't be a dad because I find shiny things more fun than a 2-year-old would find shiny things, you know? Like I shouldn't be getting more attached to something that's shiny in the road than my son, right? So that's why I'm not going to be a dad. I'm not going to do it. The pregnancy scares didn't scare me too much, you know? Like I didn't get as scared as my girlfriend because I've had a child scare before, right? It's a lot different. It's like when you do acid, you can't go back to mushrooms. It doesn't scare you the same way anymore, you know? So it's here's a child scare story I'll tell you right now. Last time I went back to Australia, I went to the wedding of a friend of mine, and you know, I ran into this girl that I used to sleep with like 5 or 6 years ago, and her +1 to the wedding was her 5 or 6-year-old, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? And she goes, talk to him, and I was just like, what do I say? And she goes, I don't know, say hi. So I was just like, oh, g'day, mate. And he's like, yeah, g'day, mate. Fuck, hey, all right. You having fun with mum? Does it look like I'm having fun? Turns out it wasn't my kid, he was just a little cunt, but my God, it was like looking in a fucking mirror, I tell you that much. Nah, I'm not suited to be a dad. That's the message of all of this, man. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. It's weird for me to have these daddy issues because I'm a fucking man, you know, but it's only because I've lived in Canada so long. I've been here 6 years, and I've started really realizing how Canadian parents are compared to Australian parents, right? Like I used to work with this guy, he was 35, he had a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, and still called his father daddy. Not cool, man, not cool. You're going to give that kid some trauma by calling your old man daddy, right? Like, because in Australia, like, on our birthdays, we sing this song. Like, we sing happy birthday, but we also sing this other song, and it's very clearly written by both parents, right? The first line is the mother. The mother sings the first line, and it goes, why was he born so beautiful? And then the father chimes in with the second line, and the second line is, why was he born at all? Yeah, I heard that for 24 years, and that explains why this thing's in my hand constantly, huh? It's good. We'll shout out Fernie Brewing Company, local. Support your local companies. It's good. Yeah, Vancouver's been great for me, though. Like, Vancouver's been great. You see famous people all over the shop here. Walking down the street in the airports, wherever you are, there's singers, comics, dancers, whatever the fuck they are in the industry, there's someone around. Like, I ran into Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? And I'm a huge Peppers fan. And I was like, oh, man, you got to sing me some songs. And he just goes, yeah, it was on East Hastings Street. And he was homeless. But to his credit, that sounded like the chorus to Under the Bridge. And to my credit, he had fleas. So who's the real winner? Go Vancouver. Yeah. Grizzly still a thing? No? All right. Now I'll leave you with this one. I'm a carpenter because the COVID stuff's taken me out of the industry a little bit. But I've gone back to carpentry, and it's really good. My blue-collar friends will know that in the morning, sometimes you've had a couple too many the night before. You try to save time first thing in the morning. You'll do 2 tasks at once, right? So my favorite thing to do is brush my teeth while I'm taking my morning piss. And it starts off all good. Like you're using the right hand for the right thing. But it's 6 a.m., so all of a sudden it swaps for no reason, you know? It's the ultimate version of this fucking thing. All right, I've been Peter Grant. I'm going to go call my sponsor. Cheers, guys.
We're here with Peter Grant. Peter, very funny.
Hey, thanks, man.
Oh, as well. But nice to officially meet you. Because I've heard good things about
Hey,
you.
thanks, man. Thanks for having me on, both of you.
Absolutely.
I just finished watching I'm Dying Up Here on HBO on Crave, and this feels very Carson to me. So thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It's just like Carson.
Yeah.
There's so many similarities.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Ed McMahon. It says here that you're Sam's crack dealer. Is this true? Or?
At some point, yeah, but the pandemic hit us all differently, you know. So
Gotta get your rock from somewhere, and why not from an Australian?
Is that? You're Australian. I thought you were French.
sometimes we Toblerone. That's je m'appelle. I went to school here. Like I did grade 1 in Canada before I moved back to Australia. And the only thing I remember about my Canadian education is Jalouette, Jantelouette. So thank you, Canada.
Yeah.
And do you know what that means in English?
Fuck no.
No one does. So you came here for a year and then left.
No, I was back and forth with my dad's job in Canada and Australia until I was about 6 or 7. And
Okay.
then
So you spent quite a bit of time. That's our lie detector, and it turns out you're telling the truth.
thank fuck.
So you've been back and forth between. What is that called when you have you're binational?
Yeah, I'm bipartisan. I'm Australian, so all the bad things that you think about when you think of Australians, that's me, and then all the good things of Canada. So you know,
I don't think anything poorly about Australia. Papua New Guinea is who I have a big issue with.
they're a different person. They're different people.
You were doing comedy in Australia?
No, I moved here at 18. I finished high school, moved over here with $400 in my pocket. Everything that you see that I am is
For
Canadian.
$400.
Well, after the flight cost like $1,800, and then I had like over $2,000 at 18. I was doing well. I was like, I'm going to Canada. I'm going to be an actor. I'm going to be a stand-up comedian.
Wow.
And then I realized the flight was going to
Yeah.
And you
take
came
some
to
of that money.
Vancouver first?
Yeah, came to
For
Vancouver.
$400. I'm surprised that you're not dead. That's
Dude, I went and planted trees. I went and worked on the railway. I did anything I could make a buck and see parts of Canada, make some money, and then keep doing this shit.
What's been your favorite part of Canada?
Revelstoke. Oh, dude.
I could have never guessed. You could give me 1,000 guesses. I would not have guessed Revelstoke.
Revelstoke and Grand Prairie, they're my number 1 and 2.
Grand Prairie.
You got to throw a roughie in there. I'm a gambling man. You always got to have a roughie in there.
Next, Brandon, Manitoba.
Dude, I almost caught COVID in Brandon, so fuck Brandon.
You almost,
Fuck
how do you
Winnipeg
almost
in
catch
general.
COVID? Winnipeg. Listen, you like Grand Prairie. You can't talk shit about Winnipeg.
Oh, mate. You've been to Winnipeg? You've been
I'm
to
from
Winnipeg?
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
You're from Winnipeg?
Yeah.
It explains a lot, Brad.
It
It's been
does.
5 minutes, but it explains a lot.
Hey, I'm not there anymore, but you know what? I know enough that Grand Prairie's a shithole.
It's the worst.
They have a sushi restaurant there.
Do they?
$50 for lunch.
When did that open up?
Well, it's probably closed by now. Whenever the Japanese guy left. But so what is it about Revelstoke that you like?
It was, I worked 6 months in the summer, 6 weeks in the summer of 2015 in Revelstoke. And it was
Tim
just...
Hortons or
No, on the railway. Well, I'm a working class working man. I put the Canadians' economies keep going because of me.
so McDonald's? I don't think.
What were you doing in Revelstoke?
Basically, working the railway, smoking a bunch of cigarettes, and playing a bunch of golf.
That sounds like
And that's why Revelstoke just sits in my
nebulous
heart.
Thing
Yeah.
is right, a really nebulous thing. Working the railway.
Working the railway sounds like it's an illegal thing to
Yeah,
do.
exactly.
It's like, working the railway. Oh, so you're robbing convenience stores or something. So why Grand Prairie?
I've never been more drunk at a pub than in Grand Prairie, so I respect the people of Grand Prairie to get
You
me to
have
that
be
point.
just to
Yeah.
get through a day there. So,
Well, from my small country town, it was just like you get to a certain caliber, and then Grand Prairie would just open up a whole different like ball game. They're just like, hey, 5 o'clock exists, and you're like, all right, let's go.
yeah, but the thing is, it was noon.
Yeah, the following Thursday.
Alberta as a whole. I've been to Fairview, which is like an hour north.
Probably not. I don't know.
It makes Grand Prairie look like Las Vegas.
Really? Oh, I got to head up to Fairview.
Yeah, it's it's not aptly named. So I have a list of questions here.
Poorview.
I'll give it to you.
I don't know why we have Sam on this show. That's
For that.
poor. Well, you answer all the questions. I was going to ask what nebulous means, but
I think it has something to do with like the deep sky.
it's nebulas.
What's the powerhouse of the cell again?
The
The nebula, no?
Nebular?
Yeah.
That sounds like a racial slur, dude.
It is actually.
Mitochondria. Yeah. Yeah, that's the wrong word. Wrong word.
What else do you know about science? Are we flexing science muscles now?
I know that.
Beaker.
Oh, that's the character from Sesame Street, no?
Yeah,
Muppets.
No, I'm talking
it's
actual
from the
beaker.
Muppets, but
Oh.
the beaker is such a cool shape, right? Like is you get like the tube one that you can put liquid in and stuff.
What kind of liquid, Sam?
I don't know.
He likes it because it looks like cock.
I'm not used to holding a microphone anymore. It's been like 6 months since
It's
being on
weird,
stage.
eh?
It's like I'm getting used to it again. It's great.
It feels good. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
during a Zoom show, you just stand from your phone.
Yeah.
I just carried like a wooden spoon into that.
I saw a great comic in town pull out a bunch of different things that she was going to use.
like a vibrator or something. Or?
I'm pretty sure that was on the list.
A previous guest of the show, a friend of the show when hosting, has been known to have a wide array of different mics. Yes, and that guest is
Amber Harper Young.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was. Yeah, we
She was just on your
Had
show,
her on
no?
numerous times. Yeah.
She. What did she do? Let's talk about her since she's not here.
I mean, I've heard she's a mean fighter.
I heard that. Well, she can't win a fight. She fought as a kid. She was 14 in grade 1, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
fought this kid, and then didn't like. Apparently, the kid didn't remember.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah.
I heard one championship's calling her up.
Yeah.
Have you? Because I fight kids who are in grade 1 now. I kick the shit out of them. They if they remember, it's because of the massive head injury, not because they're like, oh, it wasn't an impactful event. Have you ever fought a kid in grade 1?
Yeah, I was in grade 1 as well.
No, but when, as an adult.
I would if anyone's up for it. I'm down. That should be like the next celebrity boxing match. Should be Peter Grant out of fucking Vancouver, Canada,
Versus
and
grade 1.
Well,
from some kid from Grand Prairie, because that's gonna be a fight. You know that a grade 1 from Grand Prairie versus me.
That's a fair fight.
That's a fair fight.
He'll
Logan
be drunk
Paul
too.
is about as smart as a grade 1.
Pardon me?
No, I'm just talking about boxing. Sorry.
Do you have a concussion?
I've had 12.
Really?
Yeah, Australian rules football. Look it up.
Really?
Yeah, I've had
Australian
12.
rules football is insane.
Yeah, I've had 12 from it.
How come none of the rules are equipment?
We're from a poor colony.
Do you wear jock straps?
No.
You don't wear any cock
the
protection?
No. The only thing you wear is a mouth guard, and then even then, some people don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you would have 13 concussions if you didn't wear
I
that.
know. Fuck it. I'm still going for that lucky 13.
Yeah, well,
if anyone wants it, if that grade 1 from Grand Prairie wants to give me number 13, I'm down.
It won't be Amber. So where can the audience learn more about you? You do a podcast.
I have a podcast. Sam's been on a couple times. We'll have to get you on as well. Access
Sam's been on,
granted.
I'm not interested.
It's just copy and replace. Yeah. Access granted. It's
excellent.
everywhere you can find your podcast. Watch it on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel as well. I've got a couple more than Amber Harper Young, but it's great.
14 people. 14.
And then you can find me on all the socials at PFGRNT.
Do you have any words of wisdom you want to share with the audience before we go?
I got a couple. First of all, buy black jeans. You won't be disappointed. I feel like that's the major one. And don't drink and drive.
Okay.
Well, we ended a moment of brevity. I was not expecting that. Don't drink and drive. Do check out his podcast. And thank you very much, Peter Grant.
Peter
Cheers, man.
Grant.
Well, that was worthwhile, don't you think?
Very worthwhile, yeah.
It's my soul's enriched. It's been a good show.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a great show.
Peter was very funny. We learned a lot about Canada.
We did, yeah.
I don't
All the
think you
different
did. You
provinces.
paused for a bit, so I don't
Well,
think you actually
I was
learned
thinking
anything.
like we learned about the provinces, right?
Yeah, well,
So-
they are in the
well,
country
and
of
then,
Canada.
well, I mean, are they really? Tell that to Quebec, right? But
Good one.
Yeah.
That's what we have to go. We'll talk about that later. So a lot of fun. Good to see you again, Jake.
You too.
Good to see you again. Camera guy. It's
thanks, Brian.
is that who's Brian?
That's our camera guy.
I don't know about that. So you know what? Before we go, let's take a look at our highlight of the night. Wah, 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 wah. That was a highlight, was it not?
Very much so.
It was pretty good. So it's been a good show. Please make sure you check us out. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We have a Twitter account we sometimes check. Do we still have our OnlyFans account?
I don't know.
We might. I don't know. Sam's on Pornhub with his masturbating videos. And that's the show. So everyone be well.
We'll see you soon.
Enjoy your whatever you do for summer. And we'll see you, very soon.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to the Brett Martin Show. We got a fantastic show for you today, but first, please welcome your host, Mr. Brett Martin.
Face condom, which is also that. So just put that on your head.
Oh, okay. Just
Just right on there, Sam.
Oh, okay.
But it's got to be really tight, otherwise it's not going to work. Yeah.
It's like,
See, and now nothing's coming out. See, and nothing's coming in. It's the healthiest way. You will not get sick if you're wearing this thing. So, $5 a pop. We'll send them to you. And
okay, that's a good idea.
This will lower COVID deaths significantly.
Cool. Many comedians, famous, unfamous, have died on this stage. Have just bombed horrible deaths of comedy.
So we're within fine company as we bomb here tonight.
Oh, we bomb all the time, yeah. You know, whenever I talk to my dad, I'm like, hey, Dad, how are you? He's, oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Sam? I'm like, I'm okay. He's like, just okay? It's like, yeah, I'm doing just okay. I'm allowed to be better than shit. You know what I mean? I don't always have to be fucking great. Life can go along at this mediocre level, and that should be sufficient.
Have you ever been great, though?
Never.
Yeah, I don't think so. How are you doing, Jake?
I'm doing great.
It's the best talk show in the world.
Wow. He's
It
good.
is.
You both have erectile dysfunction.
No,
No, I don't.
no, don't have that.
Not at all.
Never have, never will.
No.
This is. Can I get a mask, please? Can someone hand me a mask?
The hug,
You look
though.
like you snuggle well, but you finger without asking. That's unfortunate.
I don't think there's ever been a better description of Sam, or ever could be. How's everything going with you guys?
Great. Who are you talking to?
Here's how conversation works, Sam. Usually, the person that I'm looking at is the one that I'm talking to. So in this case, obviously, I'm talking to Jake.
Yeah.
I was wondering how you were doing.
I'll wait my turn.
This is your turn.
Oh, okay. I'm doing great.
But it's your last turn.